Happy Mother's Day, Mum. I wouldn't be here without you, that's a fact.
Yeah, literally a fact, actually.
Tony Toe's 49. He'll have to look at someone else's trotters.
Yeah, well, that's 80 quid sat on my phone, so how about that?
80 quid!
Miss me.
Get your hands off me.
You're jumpy tonight, aren't you?
I know exactly what you're doing.
Your daughter later.
Teenage drama intensifies on EastEnders as Amy and Denzel's relationship takes a risky turn, while steroid abuse adds a dark twist. Meanwhile, whispers of a familiar face's return spark intrigue. Plus, Coronation Street's Carla finds unexpected love amidst personal turmoil. Get the inside scoop on the latest soap opera twists. A love story. Amy makes a major decision, and EastEnders will air a contentious subplot involving teenage sex. Fans will witness Denzel and Amy Mitchell, two teenage characters on the BBC soap drama, try to escalate their intimate friendship, which has been revealed to be close for the past year. In the year since Amy's mental health problems, Denzel and Amy have been there for each other. Even though their parents were hesitant about them spending a lot of time together, they have stood by each other and been a comfort to one another. BBC viewers will see how the romance progresses in future scenes, although there will be some setbacks along the way. Amy will be seen to be growing more and more envious as Denzel befriends Ebony, his new school friend. As their developing connection gains traction, Denzel and Ebony find themselves spending an increasing amount of time together. Amy confides in Penny Branning, stating her desperation to have a sexual relationship with Denzel. Amy is made to understand by Penny that she shouldn't be sleeping with Denzel unless she truly wants to and isn't feeling pressured by anybody else. She makes a strategy and goes on, determined to push through and spend the night with him. Denzel makes the decision to host a party after he eventually gets the house to himself. There, Amy makes the decision to carry out her plan and offers to Denzel that they go upstairs so they may have some alone time away from curious eyes. They try to have sex upstairs, but because of his present steroid use, Denzel finds it difficult to perform. Denzel is rattled, but Amy dismisses it, telling him it's okay. He hurts and offends Amy in the process of trying to hide what has happened. Will Denzel ultimately need to give up steroids as a result of this? Or is the burgeoning adolescent romance finally over? After heartbreaking rejections, another EastEnders character started abusing steroids. His closest friend Denzel Danes recently decided to start doing narcotics. In January, the schoolboy was attacked on Edward Road by a group of bullies while his friend Avani Nandrahart was there. Yolanda Truman, a family friend, hurried over to save him, but she fell on her shopping bag and hurt herself. After the incident was captured on camera and shared on social media, Avani and his best friend Nugget made fun of him the following day. The boys were invited to the boxing den by Ravi Gulati after he saw the fight so they could better process their feelings, but Denzel thereafter grew obsessed with improving his body to fend off any such assaults that he got money for a school trip from family friend Yolanda Truman, but in reality, he used the money to buy steroids. As we saw earlier this week, Denzel was ecstatic to work with fitness influencer Ebony on a training video, but his girlfriend Amy Mitchell was still feeling left out. In later sequences, Amy seeks Penny Branning's counsel before choosing to have a sexual relationship with Denzel. At number 20, she begs him for some alone time at his party, but it soon becomes apparent that the steroids are having an adverse effect on his ability to have sex as they travel upstairs. Amy tries to cheer him up, but in the end she takes offense at their inability to share a good night's sleep. She goes to McClunky's later that evening, when Nugget shows up and attempts to cheer her up. However, he misinterprets the situation and tries to kiss her. He dashes outside to inform Denzel that Amy was the one who attempted to kiss him, feeling unlucky in love. When Penny returns home, she observes Amy's uneasiness and explores her feelings further, stating that she has to hold the boys responsible for their actions. Denzel goes over, furious at Nugget's admission, and breaks up with her. However, things are about to become worse. In an attempt to find solace for his problems, Nugget subsequently begs Denzel to give him some steroids as he keeps doubting his friendships. Will anybody catch on before it's too late? Since the beginning of the year, there have been many mentions of the former owner of a car lot. His name most recently surfaced during a chat between Bianca and Cindy, which was their first in-person meeting since Cindy's resurrection. Cindy's connection with David was the impetus behind her attempt to kill Ian Beale, so their history is, to put it mildly, tangled. After coming dangerously close to starting a romantic relationship with Bianca, one of his main plot points on the show was discovering that she was his daughter. A few weeks ago, David was last mentioned on the program when Martin Fowler gave a history of his fruit and vegetable stand in order to get Priya Nanderhart to date. Before that, during Whitney Dean's visit to Bianca in Milton Keynes, his name came up in conversation. Bianca cautioned Whitney not to trust charming people during a discussion regarding Zach Hudson. She then brought up how David had a reputation for being a womanizer. Before it was discovered that David was actually Dean Wicks, some fans even conjectured that he was Cindy's covert business partner. Fans have been excited to see David return for a while. Featuring well-known figures like Cindy, Bianca, Dean, Yolanda Truman, and Lisa Fowler, Ryan Malloy, given the returns of Roxy Mitchell, Graham Foster, and Duncan Boyd to the soap opera in the past year alone, the oldest Wicks brother might very well make a comeback. If David returned, there would be no shortage of drama because he still has a lot of ties on Albert Square, including half-brother Ian, cousin Martin, and old flame Cindy. Is David's return being set up by EastEnders? After Peter, Coronation Street viewers figure out Carla Connor's new love interest, and it's an unexpected one. The relationship between the two has been tumultuous for a while, and since she accused Roy Cropper of killing Lauren Bolton, things have gotten a little personal. Swain had doubts in previous scenes about Carla's backing of Bobby Crawford, his nephew. After he presented fake evidence to liberate the blameless cafe management, she was intrigued when Roy approached her, as if he were willing to reveal their scheme, even though he warned them both that they might be charged with perjury. In the episode from last night, he was taken to the hospital after passing out in his cell. When Carla hurried to Wethy General, Swain was waiting for her, diving in to interview him. He was about to confess, desperate for a fair trial, but he hurriedly covered up after spotting Carla in the outdoor waiting area. It was insufficient, though, to keep their friendship intact, and he subsequently said that he had no desire to interact with her again. "You're crying," not as point one was eager to refute others who questioned Carla's likelihood of discovering her bisexuality in later life. People who claim Carla couldn't date DS Swain because she hasn't shown any interest in ladies throughout her time on the show are obviously unaware that these realizations may occur at any age and at any stage of life. The factory owner would be dating for the first time since the end of last year, when her husband Peter Barlow left. He left her saddened, concluding that their marriage had met its end and setting out on a sailing trip. "I think she may have seen somebody that's caught her eye, but at the moment she's far too busy with focusing on this investigation and her career and being a single mom and juggling her home life as well with her teenage daughter," Vicky Myers told TV Times, hinting that Lisa may be eyeing someone. The statement, obviously to portray that with authenticity, to be creatively challenged by that, is brilliant, and I'm very thankful to be given this opportunity, resonates with everyone who has teenage girls. Please subscribe our channel.